You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on the first day of fall for WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. State officials say they'll be ready when the CDC hands down its recommendations on COVID-19 booster shots. WYLN's Julie Stefanovich has more from the Department of Health.
While the CDC Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices is discussing booster shot recommendations this week, Pennsylvania's Department of Health is preparing to provide them.
We have plenty of proof that the vaccines work. While we continue to administer first and second doses, vaccine providers are well prepared to start administering booster shots as soon as the CDC gives final approval and issues guidance later this week.
Beam credits vaccine providers, especially pharmacies, for performing great tasks by getting shots into the arms of over 12 million people statewide.
Throughout this year, we have been incredibly impressed by the dedication and commitment of pharmacies, hospitals, health systems, doctors' offices, and many others who stepped up to administer the COVID-19 vaccine.
She signed an order on Tuesday to ensure that providers are prepared to administer booster shots by following several steps.
To 1, provide online scheduling for vaccination appointments. 2, provide a telephone number with prompts to a live agent during normal business hours to assist in scheduling appointments. And 3, offer walk-in appointments where possible.
Providers will also work with managed care organizations and area agencies on aging to make sure that eligible individuals receive their vaccinations and booster shots.
Currently, the COVID boosters are available to people who are deemed immune compromised, and we strongly suggest that those individuals should receive this extra shot to help boost their immunity against COVID. We are very supportive of any effort to provide either the third dose of the COVID vaccine or boosters to groups deemed eligible by federal health regulators.
The CDC Advisory Committee was scheduled to meet today and tomorrow and release their recommendation on booster shots once the meeting is over. Reporting for WYLN News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thank you, Julie. Hazleton City Council members voted last night to apply for gaming grants that'll go toward projects throughout the city. The city's expected to apply for $320,000 that'll be used for renovations at the YWCA building on South Church Street. The Y shut down back in 2019, but the board plans to have it back open by spring of next year. Other LSA funding will be used to purchase new turnout gear for the Hazleton Fire Department and new air packs for the Diamond Hose Company. Over $300,000 will be requested for PTPA's improvements to the J.J. Farrar Center and $750,000 for needed repairs at City Hall. Geisinger's updating its in-person visitation policies as COVID-19 cases increase throughout the area. Admitted patients at all hospitals will be allowed 2 designated visitors through their stay, which means that visitors cannot switch out with other visitors. Emergency room patients will be allowed 1 visitor, while no visitors are permitted during outpatient appointments unless medically necessary. The updated visitation policies went into effect today, and more information can be found by visiting geisinger.org/COVID visitation. Lehigh Valley Health Network will be offering free flu shots at an upcoming clinic. The second annual drive-through community flu shot clinic will be held on Saturday, October 16th from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Hazleton Health and Wellness Center on Boise Drive. The flu vaccine will be administered to adults 18 and over with no registration necessary. However, supplies are limited and will be provided on a first-come, first-served basis. A vaccine information statement and consent form are available at lvhn.org/flu shot. Forms will also be available at the event for those who don't have home printing capabilities. You can hunt for treasures galore at St. John Bosco Church this weekend during their fall flea market. The annual event will be held this Saturday, September 25th from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. This year will be upscaled with a large variety of items that include holiday decor, kitchen items, small appliances and furniture, toys, games, books, sports equipment, and more. You can also grab a homemade bite to eat for breakfast and lunch. Takeout will be available and includes bacon and egg croissants, hot dogs, barbecue, sausages, and more. Volunteers have been working hard to make sure everything's set and ready to go this year. So mark your calendars and make your way down to 573 Route 93 in Cunningham this weekend. Mohegan Sun Arena at Casey Plaza will be hosting an excess inventory sale this Saturday, September 25th. Mohegan Sun Arena will have gently used furniture and appliances for sale, as well as AV pickup truck and kitchen equipment from 7 to 11 a.m. inside the venue's West Gate entrance. Transactions can be made with cash, credit card, cashier's check, or money order. All items must be paid for on site and picked up on or before 5 p.m. on Friday, October 1st. All sales are final, and guests may not bring items to sell. Visit MoheganSunArenaPA.com/inventory sale or call 570-970-7600 for more information. The FBI has confirmed that the body of missing YouTuber Gabby Petito has been identified. The Teton County Coroner's autopsy in the remains found Sunday at Grand Teton National Park in Wyoming has ruled the death a homicide, but the cause is pending final results. A 911 call reported a domestic disturbance involving the 22-year-old and her boyfriend, 23-year-old Brian Laundrie, back on August 12th. Petito was last seen in a social media video August 25th, and the last text she allegedly sent out herself was on August 30th. Police say Laundrie returned to his parents' home without Petito on September 1st, before she was reported missing September 10th. Laundrie was ruled a person of interest in Petito's disappearance before he vanished last week, and answers will be difficult to come by unless he comes forward. Coming up on WYLN News, details on the upcoming Night at the Races, plus a look at local sports and the athletes that make them happen. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Ezra. I'm 5 years old, and it's gonna rain out. Bye.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts, just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
At Grand Central, our family has been supplying your family with quality brand name furniture, mattresses, and appliances for over 3 generations. Whether you choose from our excellent selection of Lazy Boy, Catnapper, or England furniture, or from our fantastic selection of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we guarantee total comfort in every room of your home.
With expert advice,
everyday low prices,
plus interest-free financing for up to 60 months.
From our family to your family.
Grand Central in Hazleton. Everything to make your house a home.
Pause for a Cause for Autism, Sunday, October 3rd at the Whitetail Preserve. Come jog with your dog. All vendors are welcome. $25 a table. Please contact the Safe Office at safeoffice@autismsafe.com. It's the Pause for a Cause for Autism, Sunday, October 3rd.
Hey guys, Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazleton, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Welcome to Jeep Adventure Days. Check out this lease, $399 a month for this brand new Jeep Grand Cherokee L that enjoy 3 rows of adventure. During Ram Power Days, you can get a Ram for $319 a month on a lease, or you can get 0% financing for 72 months. I feel like I'm on my boat. So if you find yourself in the market for a Ram or a Jeep, come on down to Blaze Alexander Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram and find out why we have the inventory and take the deals those other guys won't.
Get ready for a fun-filled night at the races, sponsored by the Hazleton Lions Club. The 13th annual event takes place this Saturday, September 25th at the Hazleton Elks Club on East Broad Street. Doors open at 6 p.m. and the first race kicks off at 6:30. There will be plenty of free food, a cash bar, and prizes will be handed out to all the winners. Best of all, admission to the annual night at the races is free. Tonight, local sports fans, we've got episode 5 of Sports Talk coming your way. Tune in tonight at 7 for host Marty Burns' Game of the Week discussions with Hazleton area head coach Dennis Bookman. Tonight's episode features wide receiver and defensive back Christian Price and a sneak peek of what's to come when the Cougars head up to Dallas Friday night to face the Mountaineers. You can catch the replays Thursday night at 6 and 8, Friday at 1:30 and 6, and both Saturday and Sunday at 12:30. So check back tonight at 7 for another episode of Sports Talk, right here on WYLN TV. Our WYLN sports crew is gearing up to bring you game number 5 of the 2021 high school football season. We kick off with some live Bulldog Millionaires action this Friday, September 24th, when we travel to Crispin Field for the Berwick-Williamsport matchup. Tune in for your Friday night fill of Marty Burns, Joe DeMelfi, and our WYLN sports crew, bringing you the event, not just the highlights. Sponsored by Lehigh Valley Health Network, your orthopedics and sports medicine partner. No plans Friday night? No problem. Got some? Well, cancel them. Instead, tune in for your weekly dose of Friday night football and all the live local action right here on WYLN TV. WYLN's all-time OT hero, Marty Burns, has the in-depth analysis of what's happening on and off-season across our viewing area. So, let's talk sports.
Welcome to Let's Talk Sports, brought to you by Blaze Alexander Family Dealership Hazleton. It's Wednesday, so we're going to look at some of those local athletes that shined in the past week on the sporting fields. We start on the golf course. MMI defeated Nanticoke. Thomas Marinick shot a 39. Lex Lispy had a 42. And then Crestwood, they defeated Berwick. Owen Blazek shot a 35. Derek Johnson a 41. I can do that in one hole. The Hazleton area boys water polo team, they recently defeated Penridge 13-6. Cole Johnson, Tino Dayut, and Ryan Kovalik had 3 goals each. Chris Catrone had 2. We go to boys cross country. Weatherly recently defeated Mono area, Marion Catholic, and Gillingham Charter. Jacob Parker finished first, Ricky Ray second, Frankie Willis third, and Michael Berger topped out the top 4 for the Wreckers. Girls volleyball. Crestwood defeated MMI 3-0, and the big celebration that night was for Melanie Golden, 1,000 assists, a great milestone for Melanie. In boys soccer, Crestwood defeated Duncanic 1-0. Aaron Gorka had the only goal in the victory for the Comets. We go back to the golf course, and Hazleton area defeated Crestwood. Connor Mateo shot an impressive 34, Jonathan Joseph a 37. And those preppers on the golf course won again, defeating Wyoming area. This time Thomas Marinick and Cade Lutz had shot 40s. Lex Lispy shot a 41. Girls soccer, Berwick defeated Hazleton area in a high-scoring 6-4 matchup. Berwick trailed 4-0 at the half, but Caitlin Fernandez, 4 second-half goals helped get the Bulldogs the come-from-behind win. In field hockey, Berwick defeated Hanover area 2-1 with 1:26 left in the game. Caitlin Calladay had the game winner for the Lady Bulldogs. And in Saturday afternoon at Harmon-Guy Stadium, an impressive win for Hazleton area, defeating Nanticoke 5-2. Madeline Ashton, Megan Kernis, Bryn Newborn, Gabby Breadbenner, and Mia Dremek all had a goal apiece in spurring the Lady Cougars to victory. And we're going to send it over to the news desk, and she's always ready to put the winner in the back of the net, and that's Julia.
Thank you, Marty. Coming up on Youngstown's News Choice, we've got the advancements of knee replacement surgery on this Wellness Wednesday in Community and You. Plus, Leading the Way, Part 3. Stay with us.
Thomas Farm Market, a true family farm conveniently located in Drums. Accessible from Route 93, Thomas Farm has been around for many generations and started selling vegetables and flowers from their front porch. Over the years, they grew into a full farm market, selling their own flowers from spring until fall. Large variety of seasonal vegetables and herbs. You can pick your own vegetables or wildflowers, both fresh from their fields. The fall harvest season is here, and you'll find the perfect pumpkin in addition to all the fall varieties of produce, fruit, and flowers. Stop by and visit the family at Thomas's Farm Markets in Drums. Fresh from the Farm, brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network. In life, we have many kinds of partners. Shouldn't you have a partner when it comes to your health? Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
2020, it was certainly challenging, but now there's light at the end of the tunnel, and that light is certainly bright.
Enjoy our world-renowned water parks, classic resorts, breathtaking views, fabulous food. 2021 has arrived. We are back better than ever. Let's enjoy it. Find your enjoyment waiting at PoconoMountains.com.
Membership opportunities are now available at the Valley Country Club, 79 Country Club Lane in Sugarloaf. Clubhouse upgrades are in progress and will be ready for the spring. Call Frank Radis for details at 570-233-5328.
If you're looking for an affordable pre-owned car or truck, Chura's Auto Sales has a great lineup of clean, dependable, and quality vehicles. Stop in 610 North Broad Street, West Hazleton, 570-454-7229.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Wellness Wednesday here on WYLN. We are here at LVPG Orthopedics and Sports Medicine here at Station Circle in the Humboldt Park. And we are talking with Dr. Mead again. Dr. Mead, it's so great to have you back. We were talking in the last segment about advancements in medicine, things that you've been researching, the passion that you've had to advance, and you were telling me before about a couple of those things. Why don't we talk about what those are and what you've been looking into?
Really what I do is a large percent of my practice is knee replacement or total knee replacement that patients are familiar with. But the most exciting thing is to look at what's evolved over the past 30 years in my practice. And I've actually stolen a term from the breast surgeons. They call it de-escalation. They've de-escalated the treatment of breast surgery and breast cancer. And I listened to this, and I think a lot of women can appreciate that. Historically, there used to be surgery and mastectomies and radiation and chemotherapy, and there was a lot of suffering with that approach. And over the years, they sort of simplified it, and not everybody needs mastectomies. Not everybody needs chemotherapy. They sort of fine-tune this. Not everybody needs radiation. And sort of they figured out what part of that protocol patients need. Well, in surgery, we've done the same thing. If you look at the evolution of what we've done in total knee replacements, sometimes simpler is better. And we have simplified the whole process of total knee replacements. As 30 years ago, you were in the hospital for a week, and then you went to rehab for another week or two. There was general anesthesia. You had Foley catheters in. The only pain medicine was narcotic pain pills, which caused 60% of the complications. Let's fast forward today. Who would have ever thought, including me, that we could do total knee replacements as an outpatient and go home the same morning? Well, that's become the standard of care now. Across the country, over 25% of all knee replacements are safely done as an outpatient. My personal practice, 95% of all patients come in that morning and they're home by noon. How could we do that? Well, number one, we better have figured out a pain protocol, because they used to be in the hospital on narcotics. Half of our people never take one pain pill at this point, one narcotic pain pill, because we have this whole protocol of multimodal pain approach. And we figured out how to use things like aspirin, anti-inflammatories, Tylenol, and supplements that we never even knew about in medical school. Now, supplements are a big part of preparing people for the operating room. And frankly, the pandemic has changed all this. Patients want to stay away from the hospital. They know if you go in the hospital, you better be sick. Most knee replacement patients are very healthy. They have a sore knee. They understand that they don't have to be in a hospital. So as long as we can reassure them, they'll be safe, they can walk, they can go to the bathroom, and their pain will be in control. They are actually pleased to have this outpatient procedure and go home the same day.
And now I think when people hear that, there's kind of, because we've gone through so much time where that wasn't the case, as you just said, there may be some people who might be hesitant towards that and towards this process. Could you address those people who might have, some hesitancy and why that's okay to have hesitancy, but also why kind of to put away that worry?
So I think patients are always hesitant, and the key is patient engagement and patient education. So going home, people would rather be at home than be in a hospital. Anybody you ask, if you ask my patients all day, they would rather be home. So it's surprising. One might think that patients want to be in the hospital, but I think that's a historical precedent. It is not the precedent anymore. All we have to do is show them a video of one of the patients that say, I got in the hospital at 6 o'clock, had my operation at 7, I was home at 10, I took one narcotic pain pill in the week, I did my own therapy for a week, I had no pain and swelling, I was back to work within 1 to 3 weeks. And they said, that's what I want, as opposed to the old day, general anesthesia, tube down their throat, narcotic pain pills, etc. So part of it is just education.
Can you explain how you guys do that?
Really, it starts about a month ahead of time. We have an online course, we have a 60-page book, we over-educate them, and patients are very comfortable if it's a known entity. Walking into the unknown is what people fear, and that's what happened in the old days. We just said, sign up, show up in the hospital, and we're going to do a knee replacement. And every step of the way, they had no clue. They go through our 60-page book. They know what to expect from a month before, the day before. When they show up in the operating room, they know the cleansing process. They know the nasal swabs that are going to clean their nose. They know the spinal anesthesia that they're going to get. It's a whole different ballgame. So there's almost nothing that they haven't seen on a video or heard. So it's all about patient education and patient engagement.
Sounds very cooperative, if it's a good word to use.
Well, it is, and we have to have a very good communication system. So the patient just doesn't go home. We have a televisit that night. We have a televisit at day 5. We have a mechanism where they can touch base with one of our nurse coordinators every day if there's an issue. So they actually have more contact points than they did in our own system. So it's very reassuring.
It sounds fantastic. Folks, here at LVPG Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, it sounds like they're in good hands with you, doctor. And check it out. Go online, check out their program. I'm sure there's some videos you can find of people talking about the amazement of the expediency of the process. And thank you so much for talking with us.
You're very welcome, Phil.
And thank you, folks, for joining us here on Wellness Wednesday on WYLN.
Sacco Chiropractic, East Broad Street in Hazleton, has the healthcare you've been waiting for. Whether it's a chronic issue or something new, Sacco Chiropractic has the most up-to-date techniques and therapies to help with any ailment. From his days of playing football with the Cougars and then in college, Dr. Scott Sacco has an elite understanding of sports injuries and how to correct them. Whether you are an athlete, a weekend warrior, or a grandmother, we can help with multiple issues. Call today to see why relief is super, man. 570-497-4150.
It's high school football time. Watch WYLN for all the local high school football action as we bring you the event, not just a highlight, like only WYLN can. The Game of the Week on WYLN TV is sponsored by Lehigh Valley Health Network, your orthopedics and sports medicine partner. For the best in local sports, watch WYLN TV 35. The event, not just the highlights. SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
WYLN's going behind the scenes to learn more about the lives and goals of our local leaders. So, Rocco Patron's leading the way into part 3 of this week's series.
And welcome back to this week's Leading the Way with Rocco Patron. So for those who may not know or may not understand, because I think with everybody we bring in on this show, we would like to kind of explain the roles that come behind the whatever position they may work. And you were a principal for a while. Can you tell us what's the role of a principal at a school?
Well, a principal wears many hats, but I will tell you one of the most important things a principal does in a short amount of time, and that is this. When you teach, you're motivating and inspiring students. When you become the leader of the building, principals should be instructional leaders. Therefore, you want to motivate and inspire the teachers to do the best job they possibly can. No principal is going to be an expert in every subject, especially in a high school.
Yeah.
You don't expect to know the subject matter inside and out, but you want to be a motivator. You want to be someone that's there to inspire the teachers as well as the students. And be hands-on. Students should know who their principal is. Teachers should know everything about that principal, that they want to do everything they can to help them be successful. Successful in the classroom, successful in roles outside of the classroom. And if you can get teachers to be motivated and inspire their students, instead of just being dedicated to the subject at hand, you're going to have successful students, you're going to have a successful school. So a principal is going to put out a lot of fires and they're going to wear many, many hats. But the most important thing they're going to do, hands-on with the students, and motivate teachers to do the best job possible.
And what's kind of the, I guess, diving into it, the common misconception about a principal?
Well, I think the common misconception is a principal's there to hammer everybody and say, okay, I'm going to discipline you if you don't walk in this straight line and that. And that's really not what we're about. We're about being role models. We're about being the educational, instructional leader, meaning we should be involved in everyday strategies in that classroom so we know students are engaged. And if they're engaged and they're motivated and they're happy, listen, I had 3 basic rules. Every student should feel welcome, every student should feel safe, and every single student has a right to the best education available. And if we could do those 3 things, that's a great, great school to hit all those 3 goals.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, folks. Check back tomorrow night as Rocco continues leading the way into part 4 of this week's segment. Good night.
And that's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. Catch all the latest on our Facebook page, YouTube page, or at WYLNTV.com. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next, right here on WYLN TV.